Welcome back to JForrest English Training, your place to become a fluent, confident English speaker. Of course, I'm Jennifer, and in this lesson, you're going to test your knowledge of advanced English grammar, and you're going to test your knowledge of verb tenses. So here's how this lesson will work. I'll show you a question and there'll be a blank, and you have to decide which option, which verb tense best completes the sentence. Now, I'll only show the question for a few seconds, so hit pause, take as much time as you need, and when you're ready, hit play and I'll share the correct answer and I'll explain why that answer is correct. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1, my flight at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And the answer is, my flight leaves at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Now both be and see are future verbs. And we need a future verb because we have the keyword tomorrow. So I know we're in the future. But we use the present simple in the future on one specific occasion, and that's with timetable events, with scheduled events. So transportation runs on a schedule. You get a ticket and it tells you the time. We can consider that a scheduled event. If you're going to a party, a wedding, a meeting in the future, and there's a scheduled event, you can simply say, my meeting starts at 2 o'clock next Tuesday. Question 2. She, 2 books so far this year. And the answer is, she has written 2 books so far this year. Your keyword here is this year. This year is still in progress. If it were complete, I'd say last year. She's written 2 books so far this year. So which verb tense am I using? The present perfect. Has written. We use the present perfect for actions that started in the past but are still in progress. So the books she has written, those are complete. Those 2 books are sitting on her shelf. But it's possible for her to write more books because the year is still in progress. The present perfect. Number 3, your eyes are red and puffy. And the answer is, have you been crying? Have you been crying? The verb tense here is the present perfect continuous. We need a continuous verb in this context because the focus is on the action. The focus is not on the result. The focus is on the action of crying. I want to emphasize the action. Crying. Have you cried? The present perfect? That sounds awkward because there's no focus on the action. Question 4, if I'd quit. And the answer is, if I were you. Now having I and were side by side may sound unnatural to you because the past form of the verb to be with the subject I is was, of course, right? I was tired. I was angry. You were tired. You were angry. She was tired. They were tired. But this isn't in the past simple. This is in the subjunctive. And the conjugation for the subjunctive verb is were for all subjects. I, you, he, she, it, we, they, were. Now, why does this question need the subjunctive? Because it's hypothetical. I'm not you. That's a hypothetical situation. If I were you, but I'm not you, I'm me, right? If I were younger, if I were older, if I were taller, if I were shorter, those are all hypothetical situations. Number 5, Dave, at the bank since 2009. And the answer is, Dave has been working at the bank since 2009. Now, we're using the present perfect continuous because the action started in the past and continues until now. When did Dave start working at the bank? Dave started working at the bank in 2009. Where does Dave work now, today? At the bank, right? So action that started in the past and continues until now. Question 6, Carmen has a hair appointment tomorrow. Carmen, her hair cut tomorrow. And the answer is, Carmen is getting her hair cut tomorrow. Now, the first sentence is just to provide context, so you know there's a scheduled event. And that's important because we use the present continuous, not the future simple. We use the present continuous when we're talking about a scheduled event in the future. Let's say I have a plane ticket to go to Australia in 5 years. Even though it's 5 years, a long time away, it's still a scheduled event. So I would say I'm going, present continuous, I'm going to Australia in 5 years because it's a scheduled event. Question 7, Samuel to Paris at least 5 times. And the answer is, Samuel has gone to Paris at least 5 times. Now, there's no indication of time in this example. There's no past reference, last year, last month, and there's no future reference either. So I know we're just talking about in general. And we use the present perfect, has gone. We use the present perfect to talk about life experience, the things we have done or haven't done in our life. And the reason is because our life is unfinished. Our life is in progress. It started in the past and it continues until now. So while we're alive and still living, we use the present perfect to talk about our life experience. Question 8, I think Sarah, a promotion next year. And the answer is, I think Sarah will get a promotion next year. So my keyword here is next year, so I know I'm in the future. And notice the other keyword, I think. I think. We use the future simple to make predictions about the future. I think, Sarah. I don't know this 100%. It's a prediction. I think Sarah will get a promotion next year. Number 9, the client, by the time I checked my messages. The client had called by the time I checked my messages. This is the past perfect. The past perfect is used to talk about a past action, a completed past action that takes place before another past action. So on our timeline, we have 2 past events. The client called, I checked my messages. Now, we use the past perfect for the first past action, which is the older action. And we use the past simple for the second past action, which is the newer action on our timeline. The client had called by the time I checked my messages. And finally, question 10, I can't believe their baby by the time we get there. And the answer is, I can't believe they will have had their baby by the time we get there. Which verb tense is this? The future perfect. We don't use the future perfect too often, but it's still an important verb tense. We use the future perfect to talk about a completed action in the future. So let's say right now it's summer 2022 and the baby is due in the fall 2022. So right now in summer, it's an future action, right? But let's say I'm traveling to visit this couple in the winter of 2022. So I'm going to take my timeline from now and I'm going to change the timeline to winter 2022. And by winter 2022, the baby will have been born. So that action, although it's a future action now, when I change the timeline to winter 2022, the action will actually be in the past. So, did you know all of these verb tenses? Make sure you share your score in the comments below and do some example sentences practicing the verb tenses that you found most difficult. Maybe that future perfect? So you can do that in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe. And before you go, make sure you head on over to my website, JForrestEnglish.com, and download your free speaking guide. In this guide, I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. And until next time, happy studying!